Oh, we starting off strong. You already know the deal. This part two, you already know the deal. Straight up.
Sure you like the video, comment what you think, and subscribe if you new.
It was my last year of high school. I had my first girlfriend. Her name was Yuki, and she had very long dark hair and a stern, serious face. She was athletic. She didn't like talking to people. It was almost impossible to wring more than 5 words out of her at a time. I feel a little congested, so don't mind me. In the end, my classmates learned to keep their distance. She was pretty, yes, but she wasn't worth their time. Yuki's silence wasn't that of a shy girl. She was surely almost rude, dismissive too. It seemed like she actively disdained all our classmates and the human race in general. I thought she disbanded me too, until she confessed to me. Her confession surprised me, but it wasn't unwelcome. I was only 18 when it happened, and I was in my last year of high school. I'd never been confessed to before, and I was flattered. I accepted her confession, and after that we became a couple. We were almost always together. We walked in the mornings and back home in the afternoons. We studied for exams in the library, and Yuki tried and failed to make me lunch on several occasions. We went on dates too. I can still remember one practical date we had in the countryside. It was an feasible hot day, and cicadas chirped instantly in the undergrowth. These words, boy, I tell you. Yuki was wearing a sheer cotton dress with thin straps. Straps. Her dark hair loose. She kept fancying herself, but it wasn't enough to ward away the insistent heat. Oh, we starting off strong. You already know the deal. This part two, you already know the deal. Straight up. In the end, she took off her wedge sandals and waited out until late to cool down. I went in after her, splashed her with water. She didn't squeak in alarm. She wasn't very emotive, but she did splash me back. We got into a fight and Yuki's dress was soaked through. It clung to her body. These words, boy, accentuating her curves. Droplets of water rolled down the inside of her thighs. She had her wring out skirt like a sponge. I think about that moment a lot. If y'all knew, y'all got to go back and watch Sakura Succubs 1, because this is a continuation, and as y'all see, it's getting straight into it. That might have been one of the happiest days of my life. I feel you. I told Yuki as much when we were on the train going back home. She only tipped her head to one side and said, "Really, how curious," like a scientist overseeing some sort of experiment. It was an odd response, but Yuki had always been an odd girl. She was my girlfriend, but she didn't smile very much. She was aloof, stoic person. They just got the cheeks on the screen, crazy. Yeah! But I found I didn't mind that very much. Her icy persona only made me feel more gratified when I was able to make her laugh. I never thought of dating Yuki before, but soon I became infatuated with her. I liked her a lot. Over time, I think I grew to love her, but our relationship was short-lived. Soon it was time for us to graduate. Yuki went to college overseas while I continued my studies in Japan. After that, I never saw her again. My man KD, man. I only spent 3 months with Yuki, but I can remember them all in stark detail. If only she hadn't transferred into my school during our final year. If only she hadn't waited till the last semester to confess to me. If only we had more time together. I used to think about such things a lot when we first broke up, but I don't know. Not often anyway. Whoa. My bad, y'all. I used to think about such things a lot when we first broke up, but I don't now. Oh, now often. Not often anyway. I don't know why, but that sentence when I first read it seemed weird. It's been more than 10 years since then, and I'm no longer a starry-eyed 18-year-old. I'm an adult. I have a job and a very demanding boss. I'm so swept up in work, I haven't had the time for new relationships in years, nor the time to sit and think about the old ones. Damn, that's a bar right there. This nigga, he in his Drake bag. I ain't gonna lie. I like Yuki a lot, but that's in the past. I doubt I'll ever see her again. It's pointless to contemplate what's already past. I know that. So why am I thinking about her now? It be like that on them late nights. It's 11:56. You just start thinking about your ex, shorty, or type shit. That's because beneath the moonlight, in the succulent Japanese garden, I think I might have found her doppelganger. Yeah. A woman stands before me, wearing a yellow kimono. Her long black hair tumbles around her shoulders. She looks just like Yuki. In one hand, she holds a red, Luke red parcel. I don't know what that word was. I ain't gonna lie. I can't see her face, but her shoulders and her hands are creamy white. That's a crazy way to describe somebody. Creamy white. It's crazy. I gotta take my hair down on y'all, you feel me? She looks so much like Yuki, I can't help but stare. Is it really her? Maybe this is just a trick of the light. Or a lack of. I'm seeing things. This woman can't be Yuki. I haven't seen her in over a decade. She went off to study overseas. She hasn't contacted me since we broke up. For all I know, she could be anywhere. America, France, Italy. This can't be Yuki. But if she's not Yuki, who is she? Why does she look so familiar? Excuse me? I call out to a woman. My mouth feels dry as though I've swallowed a sock. How you know what swallowing a sock feel like? Excuse me, ma'am. Are you alright? What? Oh yes. I'm sorry if I startled you. I was just gazing at the moon. It looks so pretty tonight. Do you not agree? I got my nip on the screen, y'all. I'm sorry. Don't look. The woman turns her head. Fronds of her dark hair fluttering. And I see to my disappointment, but not surprised, that she isn't Yuki after all. That probably goes without saying. I have no idea why I thought she might be. Given all the crazy things that have happened in my life lately, it's probably a good thing that Yuki isn't here. What would my ex-girlfriend make of my tangled mess of romantic relationships? I'm not even sure that I think about all this madness. Sure what I think about all this madness. Tell me, young boy, what is your name? Young boy is crazy. I'm Hiroki. Agasara Hiroki. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hiroki, I'm a Hiroki. KD from he from Sakura Swim Club, I think. So this Hiroki, yeah. Hiroki that's a nice name, it suits you. The woman smiles pleasantly. My name is Hifumi. I'll be staying at this ryokan for a few days. I do hope I see you again, dear. I think we will get along quite splendidly. Oh yeah. It'll be nice getting to know you. I ain't gotta say a word, y'all see it. That's what I say, but my voice is vague. Something about Hifumi makes me pause. That's a misspell. She's not Yuki, but the feeling that I know her persists. Her name sounds awfully familiar too. Could it be, you're not the famous actress Yamamoto Hifumi, are you? Oh my, so you heard of me. One does not like to brag. I don't know if I'm that famous, but yes, you are correct. I am Yamamoto Hifumi. I suppose I have appeared in a handful of movies. Hifumi's tone is humble and polite. Well, that makes her manifold accomplishments seem even more impressive. I think a handful of movies is something of an understatement. Hifumi's one of the most sought out after actresses in all of Japanese cinema. She's been working from the tender age of 18, and she's been in the industry for 15 years. Damn, so she's what? What's 18 plus 15? 32 or 33, right? Her Fumi in her early 30s, but she doesn't look like it. Her skin is flawless and devoid of wrinkles. Her body taut and supple beneath the folds of her kimono. She still gets asked to play the same sweet, wide-eyed, and genuine roles that propelled her to fame all those years ago. How y'all feel about 30-year-olds? I'm 21 right now, you feel me? But I'll bag a 30-year-old, no cap. She in her 30s. I even bag a 40-year-old. She started in about 20. Well, she starred, my bad, in about 20 well-acclaimed movies, and that's not to mention her numerous appearances in TV dramas, talk shows, and adverts. She's so famous, she's practically a national symbol of Japan. Everybody knows about Hifumi. I'm a big fan of hers. I've loved her for years. I ain't gonna lie, he on her meat. I ain't gonna lie, he on her coochie meat crazy. Hell, even my dad is a big fan of hers, and my mother too. Whole family on her coochie meat. You don't care. Hifumi was wide appeal. She loved both men and women, adults and children. She's loved by, my bad. I'm like, that's crazy. Maybe that's because despite her good looks, she's very modest and polite. Unfailing, appreciative of her fans. Yeah, I guess. And softly spoken to boot. This can't be real. I know somebody gonna watch this and be mad as hell. I'm messing. I didn't read the dictionary, bro. I'm sorry. Are you really Yamamoto Hifumi? I've been out of school for years. That is the name that my parents bequeathed me with. Yes, why? Hifumi inclines her head. Is there a problem with that? Oh no, there's no problem. It's the opposite of a problem, actually. This is a bit embarrassing, but I'm a big fan of yours. I love your work. What? Really? Hifumi blinks, taken aback. I never thought I would find a fan of mine all the way out here. I must be more popular than I thought. Are you kidding? You're incredibly popular. You have whole websites devoted to you all over the net. Not that I frequent such sites, of course. I've certainly never looked at the Hifumi's feet wiki before. He a free. He like feet, you know? You're just popular in Japan. You have fans all across the globe. You're not just popular in Japan. I never thought I'd meet you face to face. This is incredible. I don't think I'm so incredible, really. I'm just a normal woman. But if seeing me makes you this happy, this makes me happy too. I do so enjoy bringing smiles to people's faces. That is why I became an actress in the first place. And you've done an amazing job. Keep at it, Hifumi. Fuck. Of course. Hifumi bows her head. How could I not, when I have fans like you? I must admit, I have been in something of a slump recently. All the roles I've taken on have been so very similar. I was beginning to worry that my career is stagnating. I came here to take a break so that I might re-elevate what I wish to do in the future. But after hearing such kind words from you, I know that I cannot give up. I have fans who love me. I can see that clearly now. As such, it would be shameful of me to give up and abandon you all. What? Hifumi? Fuck! I stare at my idol with the large shining eyes of a child. I think I was a child when I first saw one of Hifumi's movies. I would have been 14. Maybe 15? Is that a child? That's a teenager. It would be no lie to say that Hifumi was one of my first loves. I even had a poster of her on my bedroom wall. Do y'all got any like celebrity crushes like this? I ain't gonna lie, I don't. It ain't that deep. I do. Hey, Megan Good ever see this? What he do? What he That was one of my reasons I accepted Yuki's confession, actually. I always thought with her long black and her pale skin, she looked a lot like Hifumi. I feel positively awestruck, but I can't afford to lose my sense. This is a once in a lifetime chance. I need to act, and fast. Ask Hifumi for an autograph. Maybe I should dial it down a notch. Personally, I don't see nothing wrong with an autograph. I think it's a certain way you should do it. But in this situation, he geeked up already. Might as well ask for her. If he dial it down, I feel like she gonna like, I don't know. I feel like if he asks for the autograph, she gonna fuck with him more. I'm sorry, Hafumi. I know you're on vacation. I don't want to bother you, but I loved you for a very long time. I adore your movies and I adore you. And well, I was wondering, could I possibly get your auto halfway through my question and permanently it, I don't know what that say, through it may be, when a loud exclamation steals me. Hold it right there. Huh? I whip my head around. What you talking about? Since it's late at night, I didn't expect to be interrupted by anybody else, but life has been doing its level best to surprise me as of late. It's been succeeding too. I stare my mouth agape as I come face to face with two girls I know very well. I ain't looking at them like that. It's Japan's number one idol, Aiku AU, and with her is the famous cyan hair, cat ear wearing rapid palm model, Cosmos. This humble Ryokan is full to bursting with celebrities. If Wakatsuki Marina were here too, would have a full house. But she isn't. I guess she must still be in her room, sleeping. Being an ultra famous businesswoman must be taxing. Not that I know I'm hardly at Marina's level. Wherever I look, I'm surrounded by raw star power. I'm starting to feel very out of place here. Hey, no matter the situation, you can be next to Jay-Z and Beyonce. No, remember who you is. They all people too, and you great as well. You feel me? I love y'all. Now look here, you traitorous turncoat. AU stabs a finger in my direction. You can't ask Hafumi for her autograph. You're supposed to be my producer. You're fantasizing with the enemy. Your producer. I don't remember that. Since I met AU at her tropical beach retreat in Okinawa, it's a long story. It's a long story. Go back to Sakura Succubs 1. She's been determinedly calling me her cameraman. When did I get such a lofty promotion? And you're my boyfriend. I don't want you flirting with other girls, not behind my back. Sorry, Cosmos, but I wasn't flirting. I was just telling Hafumi how much I like her movies. I'm a fan. Yes, I heard. You were being so loud. I'm sure everybody in the whole Ryokan heard. You're not very subtle, Hiroki. Do you really have to make so much noise? Some of us were trying to sleep. But AU. Cosmos blinks at AU, perplexed. We've been spying on Hiroki since before he started talking to Hafumi. Didn't you come into my room at midnight, wake me up, and ask me if I wanted to keep tabs on him with you? Wait, what? You girls were spying on me? Yeah, so what of it? AU tries to look indifferent, but her face is burning. For Idol, she's always been bad at hiding her real feelings. You should be grateful that a cute girl like me is giving you the time of day, you loser. So I've been demoted from her producer to a loser in the span of a few seconds. Success is such a fecal beast. I've never heard fecal. I never heard that word. Fecal. Anyway, it's not like I care who you flirt with. It doesn't matter to me one way or another. You can do what you like. I just wish you would do it a bit more quietly. But you were still spying on me. So what? You're a pervert, so I had to make sure you weren't going to harass Marina in her sleep or anything or something. I'm sacrificing my sleep for the greater good. I'm like so nice and sweet. How can you not love me? Don't you agree, Cosmos? What? Oh, AU nudges Cosmos in the side with her elbow, which makes her jump. Yeah, AU is so cool. She's the best. I love her even more than I love sea cucumbers and pudding. What is the sea cucumber? Clap, clap, clap. That's her ass cheeks. Psh. I have to hide a snicker behind my hand. Snicker? I don't know. There's something pretty funny about Cosmos' completely deep, deadpan delivery. Huh? AU glowers at me. Glowers? Are you doubting my cuteness, Hiroki? No, not at all. I think you're very cute, even very noble. Yes, indeed. I really am perfect, don't I? So nice. In fact, I'll even give you a few words of advice. Just stay away from that woman. Who, me? Yes, you. You might actually, but I know your game. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't get too close to her, Hiroki, or she'll devour you. Perhaps this news should concern me, but being devoured by Hifumi doesn't seem all that bad. What? Why you? And you take a step towards me. She's so heated. She's practically shaking with rage. I'm surprised steam isn't coming out of her ears. How could you say something so scandalous? Isn't it enough that you have three of us to dote on you? You don't need any more. You're a bad boy, Hiroki. Your appetite cannot be sated. But I don't mind that. If you're frustrated, you can use me however you like. I'm your girlfriend, and I belong to you. Hey Cosmos, no fear. Don't try to make any moves on Hiroki. I'll never give you permission. Why should I need your permission? Hiroki is my boyfriend. He might be your boyfriend, but he's my producer before that. His duties towards me pause. His duties towards me should come first. Oh, really? But I've been lovey-dovey with Hiroki much more than you have. You bitch. And you recoils, her face burning. Recoils. That is a work in progress. I want to take my time to claim Hiroki, bit by bit. I'm not cheap and easy like you. I'm an idol, not some rapid pawn bimbo, and I deserve to be treated accordingly. I'm not a bimbo, and Hiroki said he doesn't mind that I post my photos online. He supports me. Okay. If he supports you selling your body online for the salivating masses, he can't love you that much. It's because he loves me that he supports me. Your cold, callous heart wouldn't understand that. Hold on. 2 seconds. Do y'all agree with this? If y'all shorty started like on OnlyFans or she posting booty pictures, you know the little thirst traps on IG. Y'all supporting that, and she making money from it though. You know, she got like $1 million on IG or OnlyFans, and she making bread from it. You feel me? She running up a bag. Is y'all gonna support that? Me personally, it would depend. The only way I'm supporting that is she doing it before I knew her, and I go in, I go in knowing this. So she tell me, and I'm like, well, then I decide from there. But if I'm with her, like let's say I get her from the jump, she ain't doing it, she can't start it up. I'm sorry. Unless I'm involved. Now it's fine. Why you bitch? Take this. But I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. You feel me? I'm just curious. No, you. And now AU and Cosmos are bickering. Great. Oh my. I'm inclined to agree with Hifumi. Oh my, indeed. I'm curious, Hiroki. What is your relation to these two naughty children? That's that crazy statement. That's a long story. I guess you could say the three of us have a very close personal connection or something. I see. Hifumi nods her head saggily. You must get along well. You really think so? Yes, indeed. And you and Cosmos must love you a lot, or they wouldn't be bickering about you so. And if those two were not good friends, they would not be able to argue like this in the first place. It must be nice to have friends like that. I've led quite the sheltered existence myself, and I've never before partaken in such lively debates. It looks like a lot of fun. I don't know about that. I can't imagine Hifumi calling anybody a bitch or pulling their hair like AU and Cosmos are. It doesn't suit her mature, refined image. I think you're perfect just the way you are, Hifumi. He said, yay. Perfect. That is quite the compliment. I'm unsure if I'll be able to live up to your lofty expectations, but I should do my best. As an actress, I would never want to disappoint my fans. You couldn't. You're so kind and forgiving, easy to talk to too. I don't know why AU seems to dislike you so much. It doesn't make any sense. In fact, I think she could stand to learn a few lessons from you. Come to think of it, AU and Cosmo seem to know Hifumi well. AU even gave her a cute nickname, Hifumin. Would they address her by her first name if they'd never spoken before? As I'm pondering this, Cosmos and AU's yells continue to drift through the air. They're making such a commotion. I wouldn't be surprised if their cries wake the entire Ryokan. Who y'all picking out the ones we've seen so far? I ain't gonna lie, Marina got it, I ain't gonna lie. Now what's all this? And speaking of waking the Ryokan, it looks like Marina's up and about. She's wearing her typical business attire, despite the lateness of the hour, but her white hair looks a bit messier than usual. Yawning, she presses her palm to her mouth, then looks around. AU, Cosmos, it's too late for your silly arguing, stand aside. But Cosmos said, I don't care what she said. Leave her alone or I'll be forced to discipline you again. You don't want that now, do you? AU flinches and takes a few steps back. I guess she remembers that time back on the beach where Marina delivered a volley of slaps against her defenseless rear. If y'all want to see that, go back to Sakura Succubs 1. She, as she said, good spanking on the behind, if you will. You feel me? Now then, Marina looks at Hifumi. I didn't expect to see you here. Hifumi, it has been too long. Marina, it's good to see you too. Hifumi offers Marina an elegant bow. How have things been? They've been going well enough. I would have asked about your affairs too, but I read about you so often in the newspaper it seems hardly necessary. Your career is booming. Hardly, you exaggerate. Hifumi laughs lightly and waves one hand, as though trying to brush aside Marina's compliments. In actual fact, I've been having some doubts about my career. I feel like I'm stuck in a rut, going through the motions. That's why I decided to come to the countryside. I thought it might help clear my head. I didn't know that you would be here though. Oh dear, AU and Cosmos. This is a pleasant surprise. It feels like a family reunion. Family, huh? If Hifumi regards Marina, AU, and Cosmos as family, then that must mean you're not a succubus too, are you, Hifumi? What does it like to tell? A woman must have some secrets, you know. It adds to their allure. Hifumi giggles. Well, if you already know about a succubus, I suppose there's no point of being coy about it. That is indeed correct. I am a succubus. I am a member of the same clan Marina, AU, and Cosmos hail from. They are like sisters to me. AU and Cosmos are my cute, temperamental younger sisters. And Marina, well, not sure if I regard her as a younger or older sister. Certainly, I have lived more years than she, but I think she is even more talented than I. She's much better than I am at making people listen to her. AU never does what I tell her to. She always ignores me. It really is sad. That's because you're too soft. You need to learn to toughen up. If you don't, nobody will pay you any heed. You might be right about that. I was good at putting my foot down once, but now I must have lived among humans for too long. I've been quite the pushover. Don't worry, I can teach you how to say no again if you like. I give you extensive lessons free of charge. Would you? That just might prove to be helpful. Thank you, Marina. I really am glad to see you again. I am too. What are you talking about? And of course, I'm glad to see you again too, Cosmos, AU. This is a crazy picture. Smiling. Blatantly, Hifumi presses the palm of her hand against the top of AU's head. Then she gives her hair a ruffle. Stay out of trouble now. Don't get into more fights with poor Cosmos. I'm glad you get along so well, but if you absolutely must vent your spleen, I think it might be better if you did it over a game of shogi. Shogi? AU glares at Hifumi. What century do you think that this is? you old granny. Nobody plays shogi anymore. They don't? How sad. Then maybe you could play a game of Karuta instead. Karuta, yeah. I heard that has become quite popular as of late. Yeah, right. It's if I want to play Karuta, I actually have a life, you know. Now, stop ruffling my hair. You're going to mess it all up. Does it matter? It is very late. You really should be in bed. If you don't enough sleep, you'll be cranky in the morning. Then you'll get into even more fights if you don't get enough sleep. Now, please promise me you'll behave yourself in the future. I know you can do it. Who's a good girl? There. Hifumi continues petting Ayu's head, while Ayu's scowl grows more and more pronounced. Eventually, Ayu's patience, which has never been the most plentiful, wears thin and she pushes Hifumi's arms off her. Just leave me alone. I dropped this concerned big sister act, you hear? You're too old to be anybody's big sister. You're making me feel sick. Ayu. Marina stamps one foot against the ground. Stamps? I think it says stamps, but I think it stomps. Is there any way to talk to Hifumi? She is your elder and better. I got auto. Hold on, my bad. You should show her some respect. Respect, yeah, right. Ayu spits on the ground. Why should I respect her when she's always looking down on me? She acts like a goody two-shoes, but I know her game. Whenever there's a pretty boy in the vicinity, she loses her inhibitions. Now she's met Hiroki. She's not going to hold back. I'll give it 2 days until she's trying to flirt with them. There's no way I want to act all nicey with a woman like that. You watch yourself, Hiroki. And you shoots me a serious look. Now, Hifumi's got you in her sights. She'll do anything she can to make you hers. Just don't give into her provocations, I guess. No matter what happens, you're still my producer. And I'm not going to give you up that easily. With that decisive Ayu stalks away. Her long twin tails sway behind her. As does the frilly hem of her pink dress. My nose itching. I'm not digging in it. Chill. Hifumi watches her depart, her brow furrowed. Goodness me. It seems she dislikes me just as much as always. I had hoped she might change her tune after all these years, but I suppose not. It is vexing, but I still love my younger sister. I will do all I can to repair our relationship. I might be a pushover, but I can be very persistent at times. I won't let anybody disregard my love. Man, that was a mouthful. Pause. After the debacle with Hifumi, I return to my room to sleep. I feel exhausted after everything that's happened, and I fall asleep the moment my head hits the pillow. I sleep for what feels like a long time. Sure, I have a series of vivid dreams, but when I finally awake, I can't remember much of them. They feel fuzzy. I can recall, though, dimly long black hair and pale skin, but that's about it. Oh well, it's not like it matters. I'm not the sort of person who places much stock in dreams, blood types, or star signs. I think it's all nonsense. I feel that. I fuck with Hiroki. He a cool dude. I still feel tired after the events of last night. I was kept up pretty late. Maybe I should go back to bed. I lie back in my futon, ready to sleep, but something stirs me from my half-formed slumber. Oh man, excuse. I can smell something truly amazing. The aroma is complex, multi-layered one, but I can catch definite hints of miso powder and maybe green onions. It smells even better than my mother's cooking. Nah, he glazed it. Yeah, he doing the mama like that? That's crazy. All of a sudden, I feel incredibly hungry. I wonder if breakfast is ready. This ryokan has a commercial dining room where guests can go in and help themselves to breakfast. I haven't seen the breakfast menu yet, but I imagine the food here is on the traditional side. White rice, fried fish, pickled plums, miso soup, and the like. Pickled plum sound. I don't know about that one. I never prepared authentic Japanese breakfast when I'm back home. I don't have the time for it. I usually make do with toast. Can't remember the last time I ate a truly satisfying breakfast. My stomach's gruggling already. I wonder where the dining room is. Entranced by the wonderful aroma, I rise from my futon. I change out of my nightwear and into my day-to-day clothes, then set off through the halls in search of some substance. It's relatively early in the morning, about 8 or so. The sliding doors that line the hallway are all closed. I can't hear any noise from them. Maybe the other guests are still asleep. The smell leads me out of the ryokan across the garden. It's a warm day, the sky bright and blue, but I still haven't seen anybody else around. I wonder where they are. I follow the perimeter of the garden. See, I never seen perimeter spell. My bad, y'all. Then it comes to a second building, similar in style to the ryokan. This must be where the dining room is. I let myself inside and remove my shoes at the front door. I step into a pair of indoor sandals and begin my search. I make my way through the corridors, turning this way and that, until I come before a set of sliding doors. My bad, y'all. It's 12:30 right now, a.m. The aroma I've been following stronger here than anywhere else. I think this is it. Pardon me. I slide open the door and then, I blink, taken back. This room is much warmer and muggier than the other rooms in the ryokan. The interior decor is a little different too. The floor is wooden, not tatami, and it's crammed with countertops and electrical appliances. There are no chairs and no tables, unless you count the large table situated in the middle of the room. I don't know what's going on with my spelling, my reading, y'all. I'm sorry. This isn't the commercial dining area. It's not big enough for a start. This must be the kitchen. The sink is piled high with dishes and saucepans. Soapy suds flit about the room. Various ingredients are strewn upon the table. A bag of miso powder among them. I'm trying to read too fast. I think that's what it is. A cutting board is laid out. A few remnants of chopped green onion and ginger still stuck to it. There's an old-fashioned gas plate resting upon one of the countertops. A kettle sits upon one ring, boiling away, while a stainless steel saucepan rests on the other. There y'all go. There she go, y'all. And standing by the saucepan, an apron wrapped about her middle. About her middle, yeah. It's Hifumi. She's the only person in the kitchen. I can't see any other staff. Is she really taking care of the breakfast proportions on her own? Hifumi, what are you doing here? Oh, Hiroki. Hifumi smiles. As she's at all surprised to see me, she doesn't show it. Her mild expressions makes it look almost like she was waiting for me. It's nice to see you awake so early. I was afraid you might be tired after the events of last night. How are you faring, dear? Doing well enough, but what about you? Why are you in the kitchen? I thought you were a guest. I am a guest, but I rather enjoy cooking. It relaxes me. When I heard that this ryokan was understaffed, I offered a helping hand. I thought it would be fun. This place is understaffed? Oh yes, the head chef came down with a nasty fever at the start of this week. The staff were in quite a tessie about it. See, I like that. I never seen that word before. Tessie. And how did you find out about that? Let me check some. I bet. One of the waitresses told me about it at breakfast when I first checked in 5 days ago. The meal was delayed and the food we were served was subpar quality. The poor waitress was very apologetic. She bowed so much she almost knocked her head against my table. I was afraid she had put too much strain upon herself, the poor thing. I couldn't stand by and do nothing. She got them bazookas, don't she? Yeah, Lee. I asked if I could work in the kitchen, if they needed an extra hand. The waitress tried to demur. Oh no, she said, I couldn't possibly impose on you like that, but I insisted. I talked my way into the position as a temporary chef. Just for a while, you understand. When the head chef has regained his strength, I will step aside. I see. I guess that explains why what Hafumi's doing here, but... And what about the rest of the staff? They're busy preparing the dining room. I told them I didn't need any help here. I've done most of the work already. You want, Hiroki? You can keep me company. Are you sure that's okay? I don't want to get in trouble. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nobody needs to know that you've been in here. I promise I won't tell. Hafumi raises her index finger to her lips in a way that makes my heart thud. This kitchen is quite lonely, and I would appreciate having somebody to talk to while I work. And you can give me useful feedback too. What sort of feedback? You could tell me how my miso soup tastes. Hafumi scoops a bit of miso soup in a ceramic spoon and holds it up to me. The liquid shimmers in the sunlight like a liquid amber. I can see a small, bite-sized lump of tofu lying on the spoon. Soaked in soup, there's a few cuirasses of spring onion too. See, I ain't never see that. Like, I'm telling you, these words is crazy. My stomach just desperate for food. There's a somersault inside my body. I'm so hungry. Hafumi's food doesn't just smell good, it looks good too. I can't resist when she holds it out to me like that. It do look good, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, thanks for the food. I dug my head and opened my mouth. Hafumi brings the spoon to my lips and I slurp her miso soup obediently. So, Hafumi smiles sweetly, still holding the spoon aloft. What do you think of my soup? Is it good? I hold the soup in my mouth for a few moments, savoring. It soaks into my tongue, infiltrating my senses with rich and subtle flavors. This nigga Hiroki is a descriptive genius, nigga. Like, these words is crazy. 5 seconds pass before I can finally bring myself to swallow. Pause. The soup slides down my throat. Pause. It settles in my stomach, warming me from within. Pause. I sighed, satisfied. I only had a little bit of Hafumi soup, but that was more than enough to gauge her skills. Her cooking abilities is without peer. It wouldn't be hyperbolic to say that was the best miso soup I've had in my life. Your cooking is almost as good as my mother's. Seriously, I feel like he already said that smells. I feel like he gonna. This was a great compliment. I ain't gonna lie. If you tell a woman this and your mom can actually cook, this is a great compliment. This is kind of glazing, so I'm gonna go with this one. Only almost. Hafumi brow furrows. Then it seems I still have my work cut out for me. I cannot afford to lose to your mother. I'll keep working hard, and one day I'm sure I will be able to best her. Hafumi's still smiling, but she looks pretty fired up. See? Gave her that motivation. Maybe she's more competitive than she lets on. I guess you take cooking pretty seriously, huh? Oh yes, it is one of my passions. I cannot settle for being third rate or even second best. I want to make food that is more delicious than anything else you have ever tasted. Me in particular? Yes, you. Hafumi nods decisively. I know I have not known you at all that long, Hiroki, but I would like to make you happy all the time. All the same. You made me very happy when you praised my movies, you see. So now I would like to return the favor. If the soup is not up to your standards, I will have to keep working on it. I won't be satisfied until you say it is the very best miso soup you have tasted. Right, good luck with that. It seems like I flipped some sort of switch inside Hafumi. She's rolling up those long sleeves of hers with newfound determination, her eyes blazing. I think her soup is good already, but I won't question her if she wants to keep working at it. I think her dedication is kind of admirable, actually. Afumi isn't all like Ayu. She's not a bit two-faced. She really must love her fans. Yeah, I'm reading crazy right now, nigga. After my brief TT, like what does that mean, bro? With a Fumi in the kitchen, I make my way to the dining room. Marina, AU, and Cosmos must have woken up already, because I found the three of them dressed and waiting for their breakfast. Once the food is served and we've eaten our fills, I decided to go for a walk through the garden. I like being with Cosmos, AU, and Marina, but sometimes it's nice to be on my own. There's nobody else in the garden, which means there's nobody to disturb me. I breathe in the clean mountain air, luxuriate in the simple stretching of my legs. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds like a vibe, like just going on a cool little like walk. It's nice outside, starting to warm up too. I'm getting excited. It sure is nice to get away from the city. I have to make the most of these days. Come next week, I'll be back to my daily grind. Bet my boss will inundate me with work the moment I get back to the office. I have a headache just thinking about it. I feel him. Oh, I can't believe this. I finally gotten away from my boss, but I can't stop thinking about him. Pause. He's infiltrated my mind. Tripping. I sit down on a bench overlooking an ornamental pond. And let my fingers fist in my hair. Okay, whatever. Why can't I just relax? I don't want to go back to work just yet. I don't even want to think about work. Gotta live in the moment, my boy. I guess I've gotten stuck with my job for now, though. I've always liked photography. Yeah, I guess. It was my hobby as a teen. That's why I decided to become a photographer at Sakura Daily. People say you should try to get a job in the field you like. That way you never have to work a day in your life. Foolishly, I believe them. Well, I still enjoy photography. I don't know how to say this word, y'all. Photography. Right? My passion for it is starting to wane. It's hard to stay enthused about something when it becomes an obligation. And it's even harder to enjoy said obligation when you have an angry boss breathing down your neck. Oh, woe is me. At least I can stay here for a few more days. I'll just kick back and take it easy. Ha 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 ha. Beep beep. My phone's buzzing. I wonder who that is. With any luck, it'll be Marina asking if we can meet up, or maybe my parents asking for the latest news. Re my life. I have a pretty bad feeling about this though. I know exactly who it'll be, even before I slide my phone out of my pocket. Of course, it's that bastard, my boss. Knew I was going away for a week. I even asked him not to contact me. I wouldn't answer the phone unless it was an emergency. And here it is, sending me more messages. What does he want? I scroll through his messages quickly. It's long and rambling like always, but it essentially boils down to this. He has a new job lined up for me already, huh? My boss wants me to take some photos of an up and coming sports star for an article when I get back to Tokyo. He's provided me some details about her, such as her name, her age, and her accomplishments. Hazel Williams. Hazel. It's a crazy name. Is it? Her name sounds vaguely familiar. It's not a crazy name. It's just compared to everybody else's names, it just caught me off guard. I think she's a tennis player. My dad's pretty fond of tennis. Yeah, and he likes to tell me about it whenever I go and see him. I'm not investing in tennis or sports in general, but I guess I better drum up some interest if I'm to meet this Hazel girl. Really though, Hazel Williams? That doesn't sound like that's what I was thinking. It's not really a Japanese name. That doesn't sound like a Japanese name. Was she really born in this country? Apparently so. According to my boss's message, she represented Japan in some national tennis tournament, so she must be part Japanese. Maybe her dad's American. I wonder what she looks like. My boss has sent me a few links to various MyTube videos. I guess this must be footage of Hazel. I'm technically on vacation, but it can't hurt to check a few of these videos out. If I'm going to photograph this girl, I need to know what she looks like before. Watching her play might give me a few ideas for potential poses too. When you photograph celebs, particularly sporting stars, dull and static poses are a no-go. Action shots are where it's all at. I'm trying to go because let me see how long I've been recording, y'all. 50 minutes. I want to stop when some juicy images pop on the screen, if you know what I'm saying, but ain't too much been happening. It's just been a lot of read. Let's see here. I open the link to one of the MyTube videos and wait for it to load. The Wi-Fi around here is pretty spotty, so it takes a while. The video loads for a good 2 minutes. Alright, I spoke too soon. Here y'all go, man. But when it finally starts, my attention is completely captured. The Hazel Williams in this short clip is a well-proportioned woman with a tan complexion. Her hair is pulled back into a ponytail. She's wearing a striped shirt and a cute plated skirt. I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna be a personal 101 with whoever watching this. Not towards y'all or nothing, because that would be weird. But I'm just gonna let this know, if a female see this, and my girl ever see this, a weakness is if you wear a skirt around me, like a short skirt, I'm on that. I don't know why, but I'm attracted to skirts. That shit do something to me. That's just a fun fact, y'all. Don't trip on me. She grips a tennis racket in one hand. Her face is masked of concentration. The opponent, a mosey-haired woman, a little note, hits the ball across the net. Hazel watches its trajectory, her eyes keen like a hawk. Then she strikes. She drags forth the powerful muscles in her thighs, rippling as she returns the ball to the other side of the court. Her opponent tries to parry, but she's too slow. She can't make it in time. And that's game to Williams. She's taking the championship. Williams wins with a score of 6-2. Williams wins. Try to say that. That's a tongue twister. I don't know why. All right. Hazel drops her racket. She turns to the camera and beams brightly, despite the exhaustion evident on her brow. She smiles, a large toothy grin, her face flushed and sweaty, and strikes a victory pose. I did it. I won. Her enthusiasm is infectious, even from the other side of her screen. This video was uploaded 18 hours ago. I guess this must be footage of the tournament yesterday. The foros already over and done with, but I feel excited simply watching Hazel. I was about to say, this over dramatic music. She's so cute and bubbly. It's hard not to root for her. Yeah! She's pretty impressive. I wonder what the comments say. I don't usually bother twirling through the comments on my MyTube. Through the internet's anonymity can be a blessing. At other times it can be a curse. People seem particularly quick to show the worst side of themselves on comment sections like MyTube. If I had 100 yen, I think that's Japanese currency, right? Yen. For every time I've seen MyTube comment sections descended to chaos and anarchy, I'd be richer than Marina. To my relief, however, I find the comment section is relatively tame. Most of the replies are supportive of Hazel, if a little lecherous. Hazel really is adorable. Her little thing is to die for. Her thighs are even more thick than a strawberry milkshake. What a goddess. That's a crazy statement right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. For such a young athlete, her form is excellent. You could tell she practices a lot. She's always so cheerful. Watching her never fails to make me happy. This nigga Hiroki be falling in love instantly, don't he? He seen a 2-minute video of shorty and that nigga in love. Huh? She's the pride and joy of Japan. We all love you, Hazel. This must not be him talking. This must be them talking in a video or something. What I wouldn't give for her to crush me to death between those thighs of hers. Never mind, this might be his thoughts. I don't know. Did any of you guys know that she's lesbian? I saw an article about it on. Oh, never mind. My bad, y'all. He reading the comments. I'm tripping. I saw an article about it online. There are pics of her kissing another woman. I just wish that was me. Hey guys, am I out of my mind, or is Hazel not wearing any panties? Pause these things already. Pause the video at 0:27 and take a look. This could be big if true. These niggas is horny. No panties, huh? I doubt that's true. There's no way an up and coming athlete like Hazel Williams will be allowed to play a public televised match commando. But her tan, sweaty thighs are very appealing. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more of her, if you catch my drift. Okay, I feel you. I follow the instructions of that one unscrupulous comment that started the video at 0:27. Now stare at my screen. My eyes narrowed with laser-like focus. I think I can see a flash of something, flesh-colored beneath the pleats of her short white skirt, but it's so blurry I can't really tell. Maybe she's just wearing skin-colored undies. That must be it. Now I feel dumb for getting my hopes up. Well, duh. Why'd you even want to look at Hazel's rear? You a nigga, man. I feel you. You got to. It's not like you're so desperate you need to lust after every pretty girl. You already have AU, Cosmos, and Marina. It's not even that, you feel me? It's just, hey, it's there, you feel me? You gotta look. Isn't enough? Besides, if this other comment is to be believed, Hazel doesn't even like men. I wonder if she really is a lesbian. I guess it could all be hearsay. I could always look it up online and the supposed photo of her kissing another woman, but I decided to leave it off for now. I've wasted enough time. I don't even know what that word is. Scratching the pixels of this tournament footage. I don't know what that word was. Lesbian or not, she seems like an interesting woman. I think I'd like to meet her. Photographing her sounds like fun. I type out a quick reply to the boss's email. I briefly consider sending a message to my dad too. Being a huge tennis nut, pause. I bet he'll be able to provide me with ample information about Hazel. I'll probably be excited too to know that I have a shot of photographing her. But in the end, I decided against it. I can tell him later. Right now, I think I'd rather go back to my room and relax. I rise from the bench, stretch, raising my arms above my head. My body feels tense, my shoulders stiff. I always get like this when I have to talk to my boss, even over email. He's so demanding. I wanted to relax more, darn it. I turn, ready to leave the guarding behind me, but yeah. Oof. I smack into something very soft and squishy, like 2 loaves of freshly baked bread. Hiroki? Yeah, It looks like I'm pressed against Cosmos with nearly an inch of space between us. I must have bumped into her, and by the sound of it, it was with some degree of strength. Are you alright? I didn't hurt you, did I? No, I'm fine. You sure? My chest absorbed most of the impact. They're kind of like airbags, you see. Right. I don't know if that's a mental image I really need, but I'm glad everything seems to be okay. I hate to give my cute girlfriend any bumps or bruises, even accidentally. Thank you for being so considerate, though. You truly are the best boyfriend a girl could have. With a cute girlish giggle, Cosmos nuzzles closer to me. She smells pretty good, and she feels good too. Though our embrace was of a sudden nature, I might be enjoying this a bit too much. I should probably put a stop to things before they get too out of hand. I love you too, but you could give me a bit of air. If anybody sees us out here, we might get in trouble. Oh yes, you are quite right. I'm sorry. I was so happy to see you. simply couldn't help myself. Perhaps I acted a bit too forward. Cosmos takes a step back, smiling shyly. When I'm with you, I sometimes forget I'm a succubus. And right there, I think we're gonna end it right there, man. Perfect way to end it. We're gonna see what happens next episode. We're gonna see what happens with Hifumi. She knew. We don't know what she on that, but we don't know where it's gonna go. The new girl, Hazel. We gonna see what happens next, probably next episode. You already know AU, Marina. Yeah, man. Sakura Succubus too at the start of it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that. I appreciate everybody who watched. Stay tuned, and I said I want to get more consistent. You feel me? So let me say it again before I forget and start tweaking out. I'm gonna make 2. Yeah, man. Till next time, I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and I am about to blow this popsicle stand.